Okay? I wouldn't eat rose fruit. Let me show you what it looks like when it's dried out. Make sure you get this down first, though. Not all flowers are pretty. I'll give you some examples. Not all fruits are yummy. And I'll give you some examples. Make sure you get that down. I can't really find out to get to them, but these are called rose hips. All right, they're not fleshy at all. If you let your roses get fertilized, Mr. Rebone, the flowers will fall away. The flowers used to be right here. The flower used to be right here. And as soon as it gets fertilized, the petals fall off, and then this part, known as the receptacle, develops into the fruit. In the case of roses, what's inside this fruit? Seeds. This thing dries out. There's really nothing to it. It's just like paper in there. So I mean, if I want to munch on a rose fruit, I better have a lot of ketchup and mustard because it's going to taste bad. Okay. Let me show you what an oak flower looks like.
Are acorns like?
We've all seen oak flowers, haven't we? That's not a real good picture. Let's go with white oak.
Those make me sneeze.
These are those brown strands that fall on your car in the spring. All right. Now, if Rebone gives his girlfriend a bunch of oak flowers, is his girlfriend going to be happy?
Well, she doesn't exist.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Let's say if Garrett gives Rhinedress oak flowers, is Rhinedress going to be happy?
We broke up.
Okay. These aren't pretty, are they? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? They fill the gutters, they land on top of your car, those brown things. Those are oak flowers. Are they pretty? No. What happens when oak flowers are fertilized?
They make acorns.
They make acorns. Go ahead and Google up oak fruit. What do you get? You get acorns. An acorn is a fruit. Why is it a fruit? Because it has a seed. Is it a good fruit to eat? Not unless you're a squirrel.
Or deer. And I say she turns into
Okay, so second thing, Mr. Rebone. First thing is not all flowers are pretty. Second thing is not all fruit is yummy.
Yeah,
Ms. Straight.
Okay, well, like all fruits have seeds, but what about like seedless grapes and like seedless watermelon?
Good question. Those are unnatural. Those are produced through artificial selection. Humans manipulating those poor little plants, because we don't like to eat seeds. Let me show you something else here while we're up to it.
How do you plant a seedless watermelon?
You can.
Like, you take the.
Let me give you another example of that.
Those are banana seeds.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Ashley, this is what a wild type banana looks like. All right? Look at all those big seeds in that banana. All right? Now, over 100, 200, 300 years, farmers only let bananas with small seeds reproduce, and they produce bananas with smaller seeds, and they only let, and so on and so forth. You come back 100, 200 years later, and you go from this wild type to the type that you're probably familiar with, the type that you buy at the store, and you can barely even see the seeds right here. Look, you got a couple seeds right there. Compared to the wild type of banana, okay, it's called artificial selection, is what we'll go through a little bit later on. Bananas are fruits. They do have seeds. All right? Who knows though, maybe in another 50 years, they'll be able to develop bananas that don't have seeds at all. They'll be seedless bananas, just like they did with grapes. Now, if I'm a seedless grape, I'm a dead end. I'm like a mule, aren't I? I can't reproduce. So hopefully we keep some grapes around that can reproduce. Braxton,
So, like with vegetables, is that just a different kind of fruit?
give me an example.
Lettuce, I guess?
Lettuce is a vegetable. Lettuce is just leaves. That's a vegetable.
A tomato is a fruit.
Rind dress.
Yeah. Like this is a fun fact on my iPod. Like
Oh,
apparently,
God.
apparently, like the bananas we eat, like the normal ones, they don't reproduce by themselves. We have to like help them out.
Yes, artificial selection, yes. They would, the ones that we eat wouldn't exist in nature. I mean, little itty bitty seeds, it's not going to work. Here's what a banana flower looks like. If this banana flower is fertilized, what does it turn into? Banana.
Don't they go on trees?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
I think that is right.
Banana bush.
Any other questions about fruits and vegetables? What's a fruit? What's a vegetable?
Vegetables don't have seeds.
They do not have
What's a
seeds.
potato?
What about a pepper?
Okay, one at a time.
Peppers and fruit.
Cucumbers are
Goldine.
fruit.
Yeah.
What about like green peppers?
Green peppers. Do they have seeds?
Yeah.
Then they're a fruit.
It's always a cucumber.
What's a carrot?
Peppers is fruit.
One at a time. Let me show you what the green pepper flower looks like.
People, humans categorized.
Ms. Galdine, there's
They're fruit though, right?
there's the flower for a green pepper. When it's fertilized, that flower turns into a pepper. A pepper is a fruit because that pepper has seeds in it. It's a fruit. All right? Ms. Flores.
I forgot. Sorry.
Okay. Rebone.
What potato?
Good question.
They're roots.
There's
Really? Like carrots.
That's a carrot. Potatoes is starch.
And ginger.
No, not like ginger, like carrots.
Carrots, ginger,
10% better.
Don't ruin it.
Okay. Now back to Rebone's question. The potato is actually a modified root. Like a carrot is a root, the potato's a root. It's called a tuber. However, Mr. Rebone, if you take a potato and you chop it up into like 6 or 7 parts, or even the whole potato, and you bury it, let me show you what it looks like before I show you the flower. This is what will grow up out of the ground.
Whoa.
That's a potato. Down here is the potato. You know, if you were to pull this up, you get a bunch of what we know as potatoes, as tubers. All right? Now, usually if you're a potato farmer, what you do is before these things flower, you pull them up. But potatoes are angiosperms. So if you wait, if you want to get a whole bunch of potato seeds for next year, what you do is you let your potatoes go to seed, so to speak. And here's what a potato flower looks like. And if that flower were to get fertilized, you get potato fruit. Let's see what potato fruit looks like.
Why do you need potato seeds if you could just cut up a bunch of potatoes?
In case you want to get different types of potatoes. So think of all the different types of potatoes out there. That's how they produce, they put through sex.
Wouldn't the potato that the
Yeah.
seed produce the same kind of potato that...
Well, if you can crossbreed, there's always meiosis independent assortment that have new traits introduced.
Kind of like different strains of potato?
Yes. All right, I'll take a look, guys. Has anybody ever had tomato fruit?
No.
See what they look like?